Here you see me floating through space with a kart. Now, even if you've never even seen this game, you will realize that this is not how this game is intended to play out. And indeed, I had to use and mostly abuse some of the game's mechanics to make this possible. In case you are new to the game, SmashKarts is a game with a few different game modes, but the basics are always the same. You start your engine, drive around, pick up weapons, and you guessed it, smash carts. Now, next to just playing this game, I've been testing its limits by driving my car to places that should not really be possible to reach. If you're interested in that, there's a whole playlist on my channel, but for this video I will explain you exactly how you go from here to here. It all started a couple months back, when I saw someone posting this video in the Discord server of this game. This player, Fujikan, jumps in the lava pit in the middle of this map, which normally kills you instantly. However, you can see that he survives just a little bit longer, because he lands on the kart of another player. And thus, an idea was born. What if I could balance on a dead kart and use this to surf over long distances, over places in arenas that would normally kill you? Well, let's try to start surfing on a normal spot first. For testing, I picked this map here, and not because it's better than any other map, but because it has the best surfing vibes. I opened up an alt, started killing my helper, and push him around. Now, immediately I saw something interesting when looking at both perspectives at the same time. Of course, while being alive you see exactly the same thing, but through different eyes. But look what happens after I kill my helper. Now you see that both perspectives show a difference, and instead of one, dead corpse, the game seems to create two. One seen from the perspective of the killer and one from the helper. So, just for you to realize, every time you die in game, someone can be tossing your card around without you ever knowing about it. Anyway, while this is cool, we've got some surfing to do, so let's get on with it. So, the dead card can basically land in two ways, either straight up or on its side. And my idea was to sort of click the wheels of my card on the corpse so that I can hang on in a stable way, sort of like I did here on this warning sign. It seems most logical to do this on the corpse that is laying on its side, since then you have this nice edge here. Now you can think of 4 ways to click your card on, of which you can trash 2 immediately, as the weight of your own card will tilt the corpse upright again. So let's go testing. I kill the corpse, push it close to the edge of this small island, try to jump on, and repeat. Now, after a while, I actually managed to surf for a couple of seconds. And in my next session, on a different map, I managed to surf even further. Then I started to only use this orientation here, and now more good attempts came in, until I had this one, where I was completely stable. Okay, I bumped into the island here, but other than that it looked perfect. So I set myself the goal to surf from this slide here to the other side of the pool, and after a while, watch what happened. Look at how my front wheels latch onto the side of this corpse, while the weight of my cart balances on the driver. This looks pretty funny from the perspective of the corpse as well, because there it seems like I'm floating, and I even hit the second corpse. So, we have provided our proof. Stable surfing is possible, and we can go to the outside. But before we go there, if you want to try this yourself, it doesn't really matter which character you use for your helper card. They all seem to have the same hitbox. Here I picked this very long character to demonstrate, and if you drive over it you can see that the top does not get in the way. It doesn't have a hitbox, and also when you kill it and it's on its side, the long extra part is just buried in the floor. So use whatever you want. Now, if we want to surf the outside of the arenas, it's good to know that there are 2 types of arenas in this game. First, you have what I call the sky arenas. When you cross the border of the arena, you fall down, and you just die at a certain point without hitting a bottom. All newer maps basically have this mechanic, including the snow arenas if you look underwater. Most older maps have a different mechanic. These maps have a hitbox at the bottom, and if you touch it, you die. These maps are the targets for our surfing, as we can put a corpse at the bottom and stay on there to survive. I wanted to surf the outside sea of the slide map first, but soon I realized that this is much harder than the tests that I did. First, I have to get to the ideal position. I have to jump over the wall with both helper and my kart, and then when the helper kills itself, I can't control how it lands. To top it all off, the corpse is invisible underwater, so I can't exactly see where to drive. I tried and tried, but in the end I had to give it up. I couldn't get it to work. And when I looked underwater, I saw that this island has a slope, which pushes my dead kart away. So I started looking for a map with a straight fall to the kill zone, kill floor, if you will, and my eyes landed on SmashKarts. This map is really easy to escape. If you drive around on the outside, you can really see some weird design flaws. This map has a moat, but the other side is just scenery, so you can't put a Lobgrenuk on it, for example. It does not have any hitboxes. Also, the side of the moat is not in line with the hitbox of the moat, and this looks especially strange in the corners. To simplify, we have a square platform where we can drive on, and then a slightly lower floor that kills you if you touch it. Now, does this lower floor stretch out to infinity? Does it keep killing you even if you go very far away? Those are the questions we try to answer if we get the surfing to work. First, I started using the same method as before, so driving my helper into the moat and then try landing on it using my own kart. I did actually hit it a couple of times, but never got to a stable position. Then I tried something different, and I started killing the helper first on the dry land. Then push it into the moat, so I had a bit more control over the position of the corpse. And this is the golden solution to this problem. And what you're about to see, nobody has ever done before. I killed my kart for the millionth time, pushed the corpse into the water, jumped, and actually landed on the corpse. Now I didn't dare to take my foot off the gas, and I only pushed forward, surfing into infinity, through the hills on the outside, passing the blue mountains, into space. And I couldn't believe that this was actually working. Then I passed the outside of the scenery, and just when I thought I could keep going on forever, I passed the invisible edge and I fell into space. I reached the end of the killing floor. Now I thought I would die, but because the developers did not intend for anyone to go over this edge, there's no mechanism that actually kills you. So you keep falling forever. And funnily enough, in this game you can keep going forward and backward mid-air. So I could go backwards and go underneath the map, and then you start to see this funny pattern appearing. I think these are from the mountains on the map, and in case you're wondering if there's a bottom somewhere, I let my kart fall for over an hour and I never reached them, so I don't think there is. But we still have some unanswered questions, right? We know now that the lower floor does not go to infinity, but does it keep killing you even when you move far away from the moat? So I went back to the task and repeated the surf. This time I really took my time to take in the scenery. I also got the perspective from the corpse, so you have the best possible view of the outside. Now you can see clearly, for example, that these mountains are only a facade. We've been fooled, guys. Anyway, I went forward and backwards a couple times, then I went to the edge, removed my helper, and well, I just died. So yeah, now we know, we can surf into infinity, crossing the deadly bottoms. And I'm sure this is possible for the other maps that feature this mechanism as well, but This would take a lot of time to do, so that is maybe something for another video. If you like the abuse of the game mechanics in this one, leave a like, consider subscribing as well, I would appreciate that a lot. That is it for this one, guys. See you on the next one.